You smell that?
Spell it, Sandy.
I
Spell
can
it.
spell it if you could smell it.
No, spell it. L-O. Dick.
Dick. But can you smell it? It's Taco
No, I
Tuesday
still
on
can't smell, asshole.
22.
Thanks for rubbing it in. Twos. Lots of
Yes,
twos.
Taco Tuesday.
Twos.
Welcome back.
Welcome
Wait,
back.
why? It's memorable we come back on such a great
It's
date.
memorable every time we're on.
No, but look at this date. It's the stars aligned tonight because
Pluto
Pluto's
and
coming
whatever in
and
240
something.
years. And
Yeah,
what was he
finally,
saying? Martin
one day. I don't know what my husband said.
was saying something about the last time that we had a day like this. He said it was like 200, I think 48 or 46 or 40. One of them years. The last time it happened was actually July 4th, 1776, which is
the day United States
something
was
with
declared.
And
also.
then something with Pluto, and it's going to fuck shit up. I don't know.
I think he was trying to get you into some conspiracy theory shit.
At least he wasn't trying to get in my pants.
Or
so we're good.
Warm lady parts or whatever.
Yes.
So, have you seen the news lately? That's all I have to do.
Like, I watch for like the weather and maybe traffic, and then try and like sift through the other bullshit. But most of the time, I don't pay too much attention.
It's scary.
It is. There's every day there's
news.
something else, carjackings, all that shit.
Well, apparently they caught 2 people.
Yeah, the carjacking is crazy.
So my in-laws, we went to like a relative's house that still lives not that far from here, but it's technically Philly, but it's somebody was carjacked not too far from there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my husband has a big truck with work tools in it, so of course if they're going to go for like money wise or a fast car, they're not the one who's going to hit. But if they want to rob you, and the last guy, they didn't even
it's going to make people not want to like pull over.
The guy an option to hand over the keys. They just shot him. That's
Damn.
how fucked up it is down there. They're not even giving you an option, because I would just hand you the keys. The one guy,
I think somebody shot somebody for double parking, didn't they?
It was something like a delivery driver guy. I think I heard. It's so you can't even do anything anymore. So COVID's lifted, but the crime is rampant.
I know.
You still can't go down to the city to do anything because nobody wants to be bothered with it. And the people that live down there, you're afraid for. So
yeah, it's scary.
Welcome to Philadelphia.
Schmilladelphia.
And so the other day, Donald Trump launched that Truth Social app.
Oh yeah, I heard it brought down the internet.
Well, whatever it is that you use to download,
like Google Play or App Store or whatever.
It's unavailable on Android, which is weird, right? What do you think about that? It's unavailable for Android.
You know what? I wouldn't doubt that Android would try and block something,
right?
or I mean, Microsoft, I guess, Samsung, yeah, like the Androids are, yeah. But I mean, who knows? I mean, people take different stances, and people seem to be very.
I downloaded the app.
Okay.
Because I want to see what it is. It's supposed to be similar to Twitter, like a Twitter app.
Okay.
Right, and
where it limits,
he was banned from all that stuff.
my speech. I don't like that.
Well, I don't know what. So supposed to be similar to Twitter. I'm not a big Twitter fan though.
Neither am I. I don't like that you can only write so many words.
Right.
And some of the stuff people write's funny. Other stuff I'm just like, you're stupid.
I don't
you're
really.
Stupid.
And I get hooked on social media stuff.
I know.
It's really that's why I've been doing other hobbies lately, like the crafting and things like that. So I'm not on the phone, and I just put it away and I turn the ringer off, because they want you in the phone with all your attention. Like I was watching some videos, and these people are walking into the streets, getting hit by cars. Kids are getting hurt because they're playing on the phone. It's like, and I'm an adult. And I get sucked in. Sometimes I catch myself. I look over, my husband's on the couch and he's on his phone. I'm like, can you just watch maybe just watch TV?
As I was on my phone while you're talking to me.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You're on phone. It consumes you.
It does. It's like going to the bathroom without your phone. You feel fucking lost.
I know.
I'm just like, shit, what can I fucking read? I like pull this fucking soap, like, oh look, what's the ingredients in this? Fancy water.
Yeah.
All right. Now I know how to brush my teeth.
Magnesium. My husband thought that because magnesium is an electrolyte that is added to water by some bottle companies. Like if you ever look in the back, it'll say magnesium, blah blah, all that other crap.
Right.
He was having a fit one day because
water wasn't just water.
That's cancer. I'm like, no, it's not. He's like, it's some kind of drug that they're getting you hooked on. I'm like, it's an electrolyte. No, it's not. I'm like, Martin, it's an electrolyte.
It's not like mercury, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean?
Magnesium. What do you need it for? I was like, for hydration. Like,
Why is there vitamin D
and
in
it
my
gives
fucking
you,
water?
how dare you not consent? I have to know.
Oh,
Like,
Jesus
calm down. Like, I love you, babe, but it's
You're pretty.
water. It's really water. He would rather drink water from the faucet. Now that's, I must have died in
Yeah,
a
that's
former
bad.
life because I have a fear. If anybody serves me water from the sink,
I'll drink from the
I
faucet. I
will
don't care.
stare at you. But I do have these moments that I wish that I was down in Philly drinking the water. Is that weird? Philly has a
I mean, I
distinct
get
water.
well, they do because they have it like
I know
majorly
somebody
cleaned
that,
more than most places.
I
Like,
guess that is with the chemicals because I have one girlfriend that she lives in Jersey now, but her mom and they all live in Philly. And she's like, she said, this is the weirdest thing. She goes, I go to my mom's house and I got to go upstairs in the bathroom and like drink the water out of the sink. And I'm like, why? She goes, I don't fucking know. It tastes different.
Wait,
It tastes
maybe
different. I was like, I know exactly what you're talking about.
it's like every once in a while wanting a fountain soda over,
Yes, yes,
you're like,
a
I just
bottle
feel
soda.
like I want a fountain soda.
I want to
But
buy a soda machine.
I was just like thinking back to like maybe some people like, in those moments that when you didn't have money and you didn't pay the water and you had to eat the like ramen noodles as chips,
the chi-chis.
that maybe you'd like
I never liked those, but man, I
might
watched
like
these motherfuckers chop
miss the water, because it was a hot commodity.
It has a distinct taste.
Like ketchup sandwiches.
Vomit triggers.
My
Vomit
friend's
Yeah.
brother would
My
eat.
mom, you couldn't do that in front of her.
He
She
was
would start gagging and throw up.
a friend of mine that I grew up with. Her brother was autistic, and he loved squirt cheese
Oh God,
with ketchup on bread.
Ew.
And he would always go squirt cheese on bread and bread and ketchup.
Oh wow.
Like it was just something we always remember. So I remember it because
Right,
he
'cause
was
he was repetitive.
very repetitive. Oh my God, he was so smart.
Right.
He'd get like a video game that they would tell you like takes 40 hours and he beat it in like 10.
Wow.
Like it's just I don't know. He's amazing.
Right.
Or like recite entire movies worse than me.
Oh shit.
Love that movie Silver Bullet. Like I can't watch it or even hear the name without thinking of him.
My mom loved that movie.
He loved it too. That was always on.
She's like Silver Bullets on. I'm like, what does that mean? Like,
my dad was
it's
a big
good movie.
my dad was a big space camp fan. Max
Really?
and space. Yeah, that whole thing. Yeah. Love every time it was on. Space camp.
Mac and Me. My mom's was Mac and Me. You remember
that was a
movie?
good one. Mhm.
She loved that effing movie. This woman was like 50 years old. Like
Fucking
Mac and Me's
Me.
on. Like taking the kids, like touching her finger. I'm
Oh
like,
my
can
God,
you
I
stop?
can't.
It's not fucking. It's low budget ET. It's a McDonald's ET.
I can't.
Yeah. You got any trigger words for me? Since I had some stories.
Well, you tell your stories and
these aren't stories. These are current.
all right, we're gonna hear these ridiculous current events.
They're serious. They're real.
I know. I didn't say that they weren't.
So
I don't know what to believe anymore because this person can post one thing and this person can post one thing, but you don't get like sources or any pictures or you know what I mean? Where
well,
like
the shit I watch gives you site sources.
But do you get what I'm saying? But you never know what to believe.
Right. No, I know.
Anymore.
I don't know how anybody can. I was with
it's very
someone
hard.
last night. I was with someone last night, and this person was talking about shit. They did not know what they were talking about, but they really wanted them to act like they knew what they were talking about. And
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, no, I'm saying I was around people last night. They were having a conversation.
Just messing with you. You're good.
And I'm sitting there and I'm being quiet, and I didn't want to get in the middle of the conversation because I can hear it once.
You probably heard some trigger words.
Yeah, it's vax, anti-vax. I was like, no, I'm not listening to this shit. Like, so I just turn it off and do whatever. So he's going, yeah. And he goes, yeah. And I saw it on CNN and I just almost pissed myself laughing because this person thinks that they are so superior when it comes to being educated to everyone in the fucking room at all times. But CNN is their main source. I was like, oh, sir.
I wouldn't even know if CNN was bad or good, but I haven't heard many good things about them.
They're ridiculous. They're definitely fake news.
Okay.
If you trace any of their stuff back, it's not true.
Okay.
They can't cite their sources.
That's what I'm saying. But you have no I don't know, like even the Citizen app,
anonymous.
Like that shit pops up with like the most craziest things, like woman with hatchet around children. You know what I mean?
Who posts that?
They'll say like random shit like that, weird ass shit on that Citizen app. But unless I see a picture with like police presence there, I don't fucking believe anything. People are making shit up.
Yeah, just to get on there so they can get.
But it's funny. I mean, I enjoy
like
reading
Citizen.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not funny, but you know what I'm saying.
No, you need to know what's going on. I have to see, I don't know. You just have to know. I'm one of those crazy people in the house now. Like,
Yeah,
all
I
us
mean, I get
conspiracy
it.
theorists, like, what the hell's
I mean,
going
she
on
doesn't
out
have tinfoil on
there?
her ceiling yet, I
No,
promise.
I
was just
barely have
there.
a roof. It's okay. Maybe the tinfoil would help.
Yeah,
It would
4
be a
walls.
shiny roof. But so the thing is, with my opinion, again, probably not worth anything, but
It's okay.
the shit with
Opinions are like
Russia,
assholes. Everybody got
everybody's
them.
got one. And it's kind of funny. We're worried about Russia, right? Worried about Russia. Because of why?
Well, it just sucks because it means that
Because
like
we
the trade is going to
want
be hard for us, which
for what?
puts up money
For
and
oil? Right. So
Mhm.
why do you think they stopped the Keystone pipelines? That's so
Yeah.
okay.
They're
Like me and
not
my
they're
husband
not
saying,
stupid.
greener. They're trying to say that wasn't green. And I understand some people that, like the Native Americans that have like spiritual ground there. Like
Mhm.
we can. Why can't they reroute around that stuff? Like
Yeah, it doesn't make
that's
sense.
nothing
Like
to me. But it's a
you can
money
save their
thing,
land by going around. It's
right?
not that serious.
Right. So, but when you use the barges on the water,
Mhm.
the amount of pollution that
Oh,
goes
it's
into the
absurd.
fucking atmosphere,
Yeah.
okay,
And
is
on
way
all the
more than the
animals
fucking
and
Keystone
everything.
pipelines.
Yeah.
That would have got built in our own country to transport our own sources made by us, right? But you want to go all the way over to Russia, get involved in his bullshit, but you got Canada above us. We have a 5,520, what is it? 5,525 miles. That's a border we share with Canada.
Yeah.
And they're horrible to the people. All the stuff they've been doing to these people lately.
To the
These
actual
truckers,
Canadians or
to the
to
truckers, to the Canadians. They're
like the truckers, like Mack trucks, like the big
yes, the
trucks.
people
Okay.
that's why there's shortages now, because they stopped it. Whatever that hub is, it's the borderline
At the Canadian border?
Yes, from
Okay.
American and there. So they just clogged it up.
Okay.
Clogged it up. Everybody came, clogged it up, said we're not moving. Because they don't want to, they're citizens of Canada. They don't want to have the government tell them what to do with their body on the vax mandate. 90% of them were already
I was
vaccinated.
about to say most of them are already vaccinated.
90% of them were already vaccinated. So it wasn't even about being vaccinated. It's the point, like,
you don't have control over me.
Right. They were the ones that were driving through the COVID pandemic because they were allowed to transport back and forth. They missed time with their family.
They were essential.
Exactly.
There's a trigger word for me.
Essential.
Social distance.
Essential. You know, it's a real
essential
fucking trigger word
mask.
for me. CRT, but we get to that later because that's a real trigger word for me when you talk about that around children. Because it's like
explain what CRT is.
Critical race theory.
Okay.
Okay, for children that don't even know their ABCs yet. But that's a whole different other trigger thing that I don't even know if we have time for that one because that's on school boards. Which,
you can tell it's a bitter subject.
Yes, that's a whole different thing. It's just like, it's insane how people allow. See, this is definitely political because you have to be aware of what's being voted into your neighborhoods, into your townships, into your areas,
into your schools,
because there's places where parents have no fucking say.
Yeah, if just to
what
be
their children
FYI,
are getting taught in school.
If your kid is doing something bad, the school principal and officials are allowed to speak with your child without asking you. It's not against the law. They can interrogate your kid.
Is that the state of Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know if
what was that again?
So your child, any principal or staff member is allowed to interrogate or question your child without parent consent or a parent there. It's not against the law. If the police are involved, then yes, a parent must be called. But yeah, there's no law against it.
In Philadelphia, you mean? Or just
at least in Pennsylvania.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, you better call me if my kids are like, there's
well, I had an incident
issue.
that recently happened where when you have a son who, if it was a girl, I would have had every specific detail of what happened.
Right, I gotcha.
But when it came to my son, so basically my son got called down on a random Monday or Tuesday for an incident happened the previous Friday.
Right.
Apparently, he said, did you hear this one kid, I don't want to mention names, calling this other kid a racist word,
right,
the N-word? And my son was like, what?
Right.
And he said, does does your friend ever say racist words like that? And he's like, not that I've heard. He's like, I actually like, and I've heard my son yell at his friends, like, stop. Like, I've actually heard him because his room's above my head and he gets pretty vocal.
Right. I never hear him talk.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he does yell, but then I can barely hear him when he's right in front of me.
Right.
But anyway, if he's on his video games, we're good.
Right.
So he basically, the principal said, have you heard this? Or the disciplinarian, and my son's like, no, I didn't hear it. I don't remember anything. So then, now this is what my son's telling me.
Right.
That this is the order of operations.
Right.
So then proceeds to say that the disciplinarian now shows him a video.
Of what?
Of my son standing behind this kid.
Right.
When it was said.
Right, but their microphone?
No sound.
Okay.
Like, this is when it was said, here was such and such, and here were you.
Right.
So in my mind, first of all, I'm like, you should have called me. All you had to do is say, hey, ask your kid this question.
You're trying to trick them up?
That's what. So in my mind, I'm like, you should have called me first and just told me to ask, because I could have asked them and saved everybody. You didn't have to take them out of class. You didn't have to do nothing. I would have gladly asked them, told you. But what bothered me is, if you're gonna, if my kid said no, asked and answered.
Right.
Done.
I mean, don't be trying to flip. Like, that's self-incrimination error.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So so my son's telling me in this order of operations. So I'm like, so they show you the video after you said no? Like, are they assuming you lie?
Right,
so what if you said yes?
Right.
What if you said, yes, I did hear it? Would you still have showed the video?
Right. What happened?
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it just seemed like they were trying to like set up on him. So I was like, what the frick? Like. So I'm trying to get more out of my kid. He's not really giving me information. I found out one of his friends that I talked to the moms to. Now I end up calling her. I'm like, hey, did you know this? Did you know this? And she happens to be a teacher that where I work. No, not in that school, but in one of the ones I work in.
Right.
And I said, how do you know? Is that normal that parents don't have to be told? And she's like, yeah, we don't. Why? But I mean, they're not doing anything ridiculous.
Did you call the school?
So yeah, I sent the disciplinarian an email and I just said, can you just give me a call?
Right.
And like, before I even said anything, I was like, could you just explain what happened?
Right.
So literally my son was called in and he said, hey, he's like, your kid's good. She's not in trouble. And I'm like, I didn't think he was in trouble, but I don't know what's going on. I just tell me what happened. So like, totally opposite. He said, we showed him a video of last Friday and said, hey, remember this last Friday when you guys were here? So if he showed you the video first, then that's different.
Right.
Because you didn't not trust him when he said, you know what I mean? And he's like, and he said, no, he said, but when they asked the kid himself, the one that supposedly said the name or the word, he said, I don't remember. So they said, well, if you don't remember, then you're getting suspended because like, what am I supposed to do with that? So they just suspend him for one day. But I was mad. I just thought it was like, but if my daughter told me that story, I would have had like word for word exactly what happened, like who shut the door when they walked in, Right. But him, I get like out of order, so I had to call and ask.
No, my kids, I'd have to be the executioner and shit. Like, don't lie.
No, I mean, he wasn't lying.
No,
it's
I
just,
know. Well, I would go up there
I didn't get order of operations correct.
There's a couple times where they would come home from getting in trouble, but not tell you the whole story.
Right.
You're like,
so
what?
I always
and
go
you get
like,
there and you just be like, you better be fucking telling the truth when you get the fucking in. I swear to God.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's that.
Like the one time I did have that issue with Alyssa, like with the teacher, I physically assaulting her, and I was, I should have listened to her. And well, she wasn't like punching her in the face or anything. She just had her hands on her, like grabbing her. Like I used to get grabbed like that by the nuns in school. You know what I mean? Like it was one of those where this lady probably should have been a nun in her life, and she wasn't. She was a fucking public school teacher, so she maybe could get away with that shit. But
I saw years ago a teacher throw a shoe at a student.
I mean, listen, I
turned around, I was like,
teacher.
I'm not getting involved in that. Luckily, it missed the kid, or I probably would have like said something, but I was like, Jesus Christ.
Speaking of triggering teachers, I see these. I'm a TikTok
watcher.
And
you're a fan.
Come across these videos of people that are clearly scary and have not at all the same views in life as you. And they're like, I'm your kid's teacher. Like, that fucking triggers me more than anything. Okay? Because just, like, imagine. These are people my age, so I'm thinking, like, my generation, kind of fucking assholes. Well, no, they're not my generation. We're not. We're, like, 20 years older than this crazy generation, right?
I hope so.
I hope
you know
so,
what? For the
right? Yeah, I
one
can't
time in my
gauge,
life,
man.
I'm
Like, I
actually
can't
grateful that I'm older
Yeah,
than
like I don't want to be a part of that.
No,
Maybe
see,
she
I
just
have
looks
trigger
old.
words. I have like trigger words that bother me,
The
like
one, oof.
just in normal. And then, you know, but did you have any more
I have
Canadian
tons of stuff.
stories
Oh, it's not Canadian
or
stories. Just what the hell
whatever?
they did to the truckers,
Go
man.
ahead.
They get the guys. They clogged up the area. Justin Trudeau, who is a complete racist. Okay, this is the guy. They have pictures of him from college in blackface. Okay,
Nice.
dressed like
Asshole.
Jafar. Okay,
Yeah.
at college parties, taking pictures with everybody. He is the ruler of Canada or whatever. I don't even know what his title is now because he's like
prime minister or something.
Prime Minister, Supreme Ruler,
Emperor.
you know, Adolf Hitler Jr. I don't know what's going on there with him, but he takes so he's up there now. He has these pictures, blackface pictures. This is background on him, and he's out there protesting with Black Lives Matter people, right? I don't know which came first, chicken or egg. They found out about the picture, or
hypocrite is definitely a trigger word for me.
Go ahead. This is the person you're dealing with, okay? And he's the Prime Minister of Canada, okay? And people, they had a GoFundMe. I don't know how much it raised, like a couple million, like millions. GoFundMe suspended it and said, "Oh, you're terrorists." He labeled them as terrorists against the country. Didn't get their money. Then people were like, "Well, I want my money back." Then they were going to keep the money. $10 million, something. That's just a number. I don't know if that's the correct number, but they said now we're going to keep the money. Now everybody's like, hold up.
No, I donated not to you.
Shit. They ended up, it took them a couple days. They ended up refunding the money. So then somebody else started something similar to GoFundMe.
Right.
Raising money for them. Anybody in Canada that donated money or anything, your business, anything, he froze your fucking bank accounts. Took all your money. You're done.
These truckers.
To anybody that's a Canadian citizen that helped this protest.
Wow.
Every fucking person, their shit, their assets frozen. He told the cops, I guess, like, fuck them, beat them. I'm watching a video last night. The guy's like, they're like, get out of the truck. He's like, okay. And he gets out of the truck. And he gets on his knees. He puts his hands up. They get him to the ground. They just start kicking the shit out of him for no reason. The guy got out of the truck, cracked his ribs and shit. But that's what they're told. He
doesn't he realize that these people are bringing food to Canada too?
People, like, but that's the thing. Why the fuck ain't Joe Biden talking about this? What? They share the largest border to our country. Do you know how much?
I don't know. I think
Canada?
I don't know if he really wants. I don't know.
No, he's worried about Russia, a fucking country on the other side of the world that doesn't give a shit about us. They don't give a fuck. They're not fighting over there. They're office fighting. They might have troops at the border, but
I mean, it could be a scare tactic. I get you.
Biden's egging it on. Every day he's like, "Oh, any day now, Putin's gonna break the law." So now this Russian's getting mad. Like, why is he talking shit, man? Like, he could talk shit. Like, and then he's gonna do it.
Yeah,
because he's daring him, double dog daring him.
Right,
to do
you're
it.
challenging him.
And we should be talking
and
about.
You don't want to look like
clown,
a bitch.
Yeah, this fucking clown above us that's hurting these people that are closest to us. I used to want to go to Canada. Like, now I don't know. It's a shame.
Yeah.
These poor fucking people. I'm sorry. That was a big rant. It's just horrible. It's like really watching some horrible shit. Like, and you know why it affects us? Because it's closer to us. Horrible shit like this happens all over the world. Worse than this is white people problems. Like, this protesting shit, that's nothing compared to what really happens to people in the world in other countries because they have no democracy. They have all
who knows? I don't know. And that's the thing.
They do. They're horrible.
You know what? I had
we're not affected directly by
recently at work. I had a diversity training, and I had no idea like what we were gonna learn and stuff like that. And I mean, I feel I absolutely love everyone. I mean, I'm fair to everyone, even if you don't like me. I'll still be fucking fair to you.
That is true.
It's just how I am. Anyway. But the something that they had said like really stuck with me where this woman she was I don't remember where she was actually from, but it was somewhere in Africa, and she was telling me how she was telling us how like she read like she liked to read when she was little, and the books that she had were like American books, and everybody in the books had like blonde hair, blue eyes, and she was talking about how what she would try and make up her own little stories when she was little, and that's what she made the kids look like because she didn't know. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So like your perception of somebody, you know, where
based on how they treat you, you could treat.
well, no, it's also your experience, and you know, so if you look at like videos that we have from like Africa, it looks like half of them can't feed themselves, that they don't have, you know, 10 cents a day will feed this child. You know what I'm saying?
Scam.
No,
yeah,
but I'm saying like that is a perspective that the
Africa's
media
very developed.
I know, but I'm just saying
back
that
in the
like
80s, like it probably was like that,
but the thing is you go off one thing.
Right.
So like she was talking about it being a single story. So that's the only thing you know, and you should like expand on that like until you see something. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I was like, at least like it wasn't like a training where I felt like I don't know. I just thought I didn't know what to expect, but it was actually interesting that it wasn't always like something horrible.
My diversity trainings, I've done quite a few of them. It was like credits that you'd have to complete every single year. But sometimes, like, you know, you'd get the same class for like 3 years in a row, and then it would change, and then you know what I mean. So it just one of them was this is pretty fucking ridiculous, but it was if you work with an Asian American and they do not look you in the eye, please do not take that as an insult. It is their culture. It is their way.
That was the title.
That was one of the sentences in the breakdown of formalities on how to greet people in different diversities. Like it was 45 minutes of that.
See, I just look at it as if somebody greets me a certain way, I figure that's their way of greeting, and I just do what I do.
Right. Like,
you know?
The crazy thing is we laugh about it, but it's so necessary, especially if you look at today's time and how people treat each other and how like hate is taught. You know what I mean? Like you're not born with it. It's so taught.
I mean. And that's what triggers me with the critical race theory thing, only for children, because if we keep it and we keep bringing it up when they're little, it's going to stick in your fucking head. Like, let the kids be the kids and not bring
they already aren't racist.
That's my point. But if you bring critical race into it, then they're going to know what racism is, and then they're going to like you're always going to have an asshole around that's going to have some kind of this mindset. And it's hard for kids. Like right now, this COVID thing with everybody being in the house for the last 2 fucking years, kids are going to have social anxieties on that. How to meet people. It's all going to be fucking online shit, which is where comes this metaverse bullshit that they're trying to get the kids even sucked in more with.
Yeah.
And so they never want to leave the fucking house.
It's over.
The game is over. Like we don't play on the same chessboard as these people do. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Listen, I'm just saying people
back. We need to go back to the way how we know was right to being fucking raised, because
but every generation says this. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
When the change comes,
scary.
And it's because now you guys are talking like you're the old heads. And we're young though. But if you look at it, there's no like, you know, in black communities and stuff, they say, you know, big mama, and just you know, there's no matriarch that's like 70, 80 years old that has all this wisdom. Now we got babies, like people our age are grandparents.
Yep.
And that's
you know what I'm saying?
There's no wisdom. There's no like having the matriarch, like grandma knew how to fix everything. Like she knew how to fix other people's kids.
It's the lack of experience, but the vast knowledge of the internet at their fingertips.
I know.
It's reading. And I'm not saying don't read, and I'm not saying don't look at the internet. But the thing is, anybody can write what you're reading. Anybody can write anything they want. They can make their own website and write what they want.
No, you can live in this whole
but you have to experience.
World.
I don't know about that anymore. People are getting censored left and right if you don't go with
against our rights, our rights. Because
going with the I guess
you shouldn't censor anybody. It doesn't
matter
what it is. That's why we are the country we are.
I know. I mean,
because of the Second Amendment, and it's just. You can't selectively censor people. That's the point. Like everyone has to be able to say freedom of speech. Everybody has to be able to say what they want to say. Now, the thing is too, or First Amendment. I'm sorry, whatever. I don't even know. Don't ask me to. Don't ever ask me to recite the amendments. But
I remember them from a stupid movie.
I might watch a stupid movie, but I know what my goddamn rights are. My husband knows what my rights are. He tells me all the time.
They're in one of them. In one of the amendments, I have freedom of speech.
I do. I have freedom of speech. So you gotta let these
watch
assholes
the movie
talk. But it's better.
Born Yesterday.
Just like Whoopi Goldberg. Like, yeah, keep saying that dumb shit, bitch, because you're just hanging yourself. You're hanging yourself. That's why I don't want to censor her. Let her say.
Did you ever notice
that
she doesn't have eyebrows?
She's fucking dumb. I know I don't know. I don't know why she's such a monster.
Why does she not have eyebrows?
I don't know. It's
I
the
just
last
noticed
name.
that. Anyway.
It's the Jewish people. They must have did something on her eyebrows.
On a different note, the way the world is sometimes, recently, I'm not going to name names or anything, but I went to a home where there was 4 dogs.
Uh-huh.
And when I came in, I've never been here before. I don't know these people.
Whose house is it?
I don't want to say.
Oh, is somebody I know?
No, you never met them.
Okay, cool.
So I've never met them till this night. They were cool, afterwards. So I walk in now. I need my knee replaced. I have major arthritis and all this other BS with my knee. And I also have horrible feet issues with plantar fasciitis and heel spurs. So yeah, I'm a fucking mess. I need shoes. I need my shoes on. So although anyone in the world who wants to take their shoes off in their house, I absolutely love it. If you invite me over and you need your shoes off or me to take my shoes off, tell me beforehand because I'm probably not coming over. Or let me know if I'm allowed to bring something that I can wear. I do not wear my bare feet anywhere. Even if it's 4 a.m, I will get up and put my shoes on to go to the bathroom. Right. It hurts. Okay. So we went in the house. There's 4 dogs. And we were told that the dogs also pee. Don't let them in this other room because the dogs might pee on the rugs. They like to pee on the rugs. Right. So, and then we were said, oh, were you told about your shoes? And I was like, I didn't get a chance to really say anything. My husband was with me. Steve. Right. Hi, Steve. Hi, Steve. So, he was like, oh, do you want us to take our shoes off? Blah, blah, blah. Where would you like us to put them? Such and such puts them. So he goes to put them towards the door. And I was like, is there any way I could keep my shoes on? I'm like, and before I could get a chance, Steve chimes in. He's like, she has really bad feet. And I do. And I just, I don't know. So I was told.
Can I make you a medical bracelet, but for feet? Since I'm doing DIY in it. Sorry, go ahead.
Anyway. I'm like, is there any way I can? I was like, I swear to God, I will take them off as soon as I sit down. I'm not, I promise,
I'll crawl on my hands.
But I can't even walk. I don't even want to walk down your steps right now without them on. It's hard walking up and down the steps, period. And so she says, well, my daughter, they have 2 kids. She rolls around on the carpet down there. So could you try not to step on that?
Right.
So I guess it's okay.
That look?
I mean, and I'm just like, I feel so fucking welcome right now. Thanks for having me over.
Thanks again.
Can't wait to come again. And when I got down there, there was an area rug. So I just fucking avoided it. Oh, it was that area rug was fucking hot lava. And I was a little kid. I walked around. We were playing darts and I would walk around and be like, excuse me, because I was I'm not stepping on it.
Why were they playing darts over a fucking rug that
but can I just say that the dogs were allowed to come downstairs and step on the rug?
I mean, dogs have priority.
They weren't allowed on the other rugs because they pee.
Oh.
They probably have way more stuff on their paws, their own shit and their own piss while they're peeing.
Yeah.
Than I have on my shoes.
I've never been able to pee without getting it on my feet.
So I think it's weird. I don't know. Take a poll. For me, if I'm at somebody's house, I think I should have to say, hey, do you mind if I take off my shoes?
I don't know. I just tell people before they even come over.
Yeah, you have to let me know. If you have a fucking strict rule.
Not in my house.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If you have a strict rule like that, don't you think it should be said? If I'm being invited over, that should, and if you're that strict on it, then that should be warned before you get there.
Right. Well, I would definitely.
Hey, this guy's practicing sobriety. Don't bring any alcohol over. Do you know what I mean? There's certain important things.
Don't drink around.
Yeah, hey, they're trying to quit smoking. Don't do this.
Cats, because their cat died.
Yeah, so many things. But I just thought that would be something that, if you're not going to allow me entrance into your home and you're inviting me in, that should be told.
Oh, wait, so
it also happened at my cousin's house, and you know what she had the nerve to say? She goes, "It smells like feet." I said, "Well, fucking, you made her take our shoes off."
I wear Crocs.
What do you fucking want? No, I was in like fucking knee boots because it was like winter and we were going out and I'm like, I had like high like socks on, like fuzzy socks. I'm like, my fucking feet probably stink.
Because it was outside.
But you made me take my shoes off.
What else? Wait, tell me about the other thing.
Oh. So there's a new hot tub rule.
Oh my
I'm
God.
not going to say who it is.
This is crazy. Listen to this.
A hot tub rule.
Yeah.
Where?
Well, one of them I absolutely agree with, and I think you would probably pick the one that
yes.
I would absolutely.
Is this
Everyone
at this
would
house?
agree with that.
Yes,
at a certain house.
At
yes.
a certain person's house.
Okay.
Not the same person, but it's another person.
Okay.
So we were thinking of weird house rules, you know, or so this one that I just recently heard, and this is somebody I know. To go in their hot tub, you must use the same bathing suit all the time, and it can only be used for this. So you have to buy a specific bathing suit just for that hot tub. Okay. When you're going to use it, it must be laundered, but then before you use it, you need to rinse it out so you get the detergent out. So like basically if you don't do that in time, you can just rinse it before you go in. So you're putting a wet bathing suit on to go in the hot tub. Fancy. Anyway. Then you also have to go to the bathroom and use a baby wipe and wipe your ass so that no shit particles get in their stuff. But really,
listen, I'm okay with that one.
Listen, when you're in the bathroom and you take a shit, you're supposed to wipe your ass until it's done. And if not, you need to do something else about it. Shower, something. Get wipes then. Because if it's still coming out and it's not ending, you're not clean. And you shouldn't be walking around like that on a normal basis.
Goddamn hot tub, letting that shit soak and sit.
Listen, there's so much fucking chemicals in there, it wouldn't fucking matter. But but listen, guess what? Can you come over? Don't forget your bathing suit. Here's your wipe. Bend over so I can see that you wipe your ass.
Your brown eye. Bam.
Thanks.
Here, wipe your ass and show me the rag.
Oh my God.
That's what I did. Here, take this baby wipe in the bathroom and wipe it and bring it back out. I want to see it. Wait. I used to work with this guy. Not even kidding. His name was Sid. I hope he's listening, or he eventually does and writes us in.
Oh, Sid, you're in trouble.
He fucking, knew when it was shit time. Right? Because he was like, where the fuck is Sid at? Because I used to work in a warehouse and we would pack orders, and you would go through cases of the merchandise, and then you take the empty box and you throw it in the middle, and there would be the box guys. They would come, they were young. There was always young dudes, right? So Sid was this young dude. He always had a wife beater on. He liked to work out. Real good looking, he's still good looking man. But he was a good looking young kid, young boy. The young boys like me. Even in my mid 20s, they like me, late 18-year-olds. He would disappear. The box would get all built up. I'm walking around looking for this motherfucker. Like Sid's in the bathroom. He'd be in the ladies' room. Okay. And he was in there because there'd be a cup of warm water sitting on the floor. Right? With a bunch of napkins.
I can't.
He's in there. I was like, what the fuck are you doing here? He's like, I'm taking a shit. I'm like, this is the ladies' room. He goes, y'all gotta clean our fucking bathroom. And I'm like,
oh, wow.
Unbelievable. He's like, do you walk around with shit on your ass? Because if you take a shit and you don't clean that shit and it's still coming off on the paper and you walk around like that, you're nasty. I'm like, but Sid, you don't sit in the women's bathroom with a warm cup of water wiping your ass. Like,
oh my God. Oh my God. Well, you know what? Some people, that's funny because like women definitely have a hard time going to the bathroom in places, especially at work. They always like find a special time or a certain bathroom. So at the school district, it's funny. So on the 4th floor, that's like, there was this one area where it was like mainly like behind the walls was like all servers. So like there was a bathroom back over there by this elevator, but to get there, like it would be the bathroom that was so far out of the fucking way that nobody goes over there, you know? So there was like two. There was like two that you go to, that one, and then the one on the like basement floor was like a single bathroom. So, no one could come in.
Right.
It doesn't mean they can't come in right when you're done though.
Right.
But anyway, so we would know, like, if you went upstairs on that 4th floor and somebody was in that last stall all the way along, you fucking waited until they came out. You gave them courtesy. And there'd be times I'm like on the phone by the elevator, just like, come on. Like, somebody else has to shit too. Like, what the
shit stall. Did you guys have a poop stick in there?
No.
No come on. Sticks. I bet there was one right up under the tank.
Oh, bam. This family also, or somebody else also, when this other family I know had a third-hand smoke rule that You had to like shower before you came over. Your
Oh
clothes
my
had to be detergent. You couldn't
goodness.
smoke an hour before. Yeah.
I mean, I don't
So,
know. That's kind of ridiculous. What about weed?
what do you
Same rule with
mean?
that?
Not that I'm sure of. I know there's a thermostat issue with people. Don't touch people's
Oh
fucking
yeah,
thermostats.
don't touch my thermostat.
Don't touch the fucking
Don't
thermostat.
touch your thermostat. Don't fucking touch it. I
I
swear to
know.
God.
Of
That and leaving my doors unlocked.
yeah, like weird. Did you have any weird rules when you were younger, Nate? Or like go to a house where they had weird rules? I have one friend where we weren't allowed to say fart at her house.
There was one where like you couldn't come out of the room. Oh wait, no, that was just me being abused.
Oh, wow.
I had another one where and these guys, God love them, the Covers. They would make you anything you wanted to eat. It didn't matter. She would drop whatever she was doing. This woman, she's an angel, love her. And she would make you food. Yeah, I said I love her. I said, but she's like an angel. So it didn't matter what you wanted to eat, she would make it, do whatever. But if you asked for seconds, you need to fucking finish those seconds. No, so I always, anytime I went to their house, just in case, she didn't care if you didn't finish your first plate, but if you asked for seconds, we didn't get up from the table.
Did you make that mistake of trying to not eat it?
My brother did a lot.
Yeah, I don't think I've been to anywhere where there was like any weird.
Oh, I have. Well,
like rule.
This isn't weird. It was more of like keeping kids in control. So I was a kid. My cousin was blind, so he had like these weird hobbies or things that he used to do. One of them was there was like this wall, like a V shape, like a corner. It was in the middle of the kitchen, like not. It was in the entrance of the kitchen, but there was no. It was just that piece, like that leg. It was an extra leg, looks just like a corner like that. I don't know what you would call that. But the refrigerator was there.
Okay.
It almost cat a corner.
Yeah, it was like a little carve out for it. I getcha.
Just for the refrigerator.
Right, like the one I have in my house. I have a carve out for it.
Yeah, but it was like it stood alone. Like so, there was no counters or anything where it was an open wall where your counters would be and the counters would be on the other side.
Okay.
The only thing that was there was the refrigerator, which is different. So they would have the refrigerator pulled out, and then my cousin Seamus he liked to collect balls. I don't know, it was a sensory thing. He would throw them so it would bounce and hit the wall and then bounce back, and he would catch it because he was blind.
Right, so he would know when it was going to hit.
Yes. So we would be up all night long. Like I would be on one end, he'd be on the other end. Like, it's time to go to bed.
Yeah, oh my God, like don't.
Yes. But it was like we were both throwing it at the same time, so it was double that. It was like
oh God, like fucking Forrest Gump with the ping pong.
It would drive them nuts. And then I think we used to do we had spinny chairs, and we would just go pew spin, and we would break them because we would spin so much on them. So my
you end up falling off the chair, all freaking
piece of hair while we were spinning, and it would just tighten and tighten and tighten and tighten. You're like, ah! Like,
damn,
we're bad to the bone.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't know. I didn't have like too many crazy rules. I did have my mom would also one thing she would have is like they would buy Entenmann's. They would buy Entenmann's every once in a while.
The golden cake with the fudge topping.
Sometimes it was like the raspberry twist.
Entenmann's is the best.
So, but my mom in the beginning, if somebody like KK used to come over a lot, like once a week or so and hang out. And if we got to like, they would buy it and then it would like, if you go to try and eat it, they'd be like, that's for company. And you'd have to wait. And like, once you hit like a certain day,
right.
And then it was like, all right, well, no one's coming over. Now you can eat it.
Right. But it would be all like hard at the end by that time.
No, it wasn't too bad. They would like wait, but it would be like, no, like that's for company.
Right.
I'm like, well, I'm not going to eat all of it. I'm not going to eat all of it. Like,
I could go for an Entenmann's right now and a nice cup of coffee. Do you know what I love when Pierre Robert does his coffee break? And I don't know what movie scene it is.
Coffee.
No, he's like, Can I get a sip of that? He goes, well, your mouth is like a petri dish. And he goes, but I'll let you lick the cap. And he goes, I'm not licking the damn cap, the lid. And he goes, give me the lid. And the guy grabs it and goes, decaf, you fucking pussy. Like, I don't remember. It's definitely John Lemon, that actor from
I'd
Grumpy
have to
Old
hear
Men.
it. I know, but I don't know what movie it's from.
I think they're like two police officers, or they're definitely like FBI agents or something like that. I can't. Jack Wagner, I think, is one of them. It's the guy from The Notebook, the husband, when he's old.
Oh my God, I don't remember.
If I was a bird. What? Come on.
The Notebook one time was enough to watch that.
I love that movie.
I didn't say it was bad.
Who'd you like better, Ryan Gosling or Ryan Reynolds?
Ooh.
Who'd you fuck first? I'm saying Ryan Reynolds, baby. Yeah, I mean, he's funny. The other one kind of has a wonky eye, but he really looked good in what's the one with the guy from The Office?
What from
Michael.
The Office?
What's his name? Michael from The Office. Michael Scott.
Yeah.
What's his name in real life? Steve Carell.
Steve Carell.
Yeah, so it's Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone, Julianne Moore.
I know who they are.
You didn't see that movie?
And what was it?
I don't fucking remember the name. That's what I'm asking you. I'm giving you all the
Emma
clues.
Stone, Julianne Moore.
Something about love.
Was it The Easy A?
No.
No, you said Notebook. It's not Notebook. I don't know.
Never mind. Next.
Your mom's next.
Next. So, good news though today. The fucking clowns. This is this is current events. We're back to current events.
I'm not fucking surprised.
Clowns. Yeah, no. Well, we're not gonna laugh because this isn't funny. But I know you're laughing because these people are clowns.
Because you just said, "What about these clowns?"
These fucking clowns. No. They thank God they got guilty in the Ahmaud Arbery case. The guy that they shot and killed. They got first-degree murder, which they fucking deserved across the board. And then this was the hate crime trial.
Right.
Like the civil. Guilty.
This was
deserved.
Remind me of this.
Me off? So he was jogging.
Was he the one that was jogging and they killed him?
Yep. And
that's right. They thought he was just, that was so fucking messed up.
And they shot him with a shotgun. But they fucking were disgusting throughout the whole fucking trial. They were disgusting. They, like, it's just hard. I don't even want to repeat it because they don't deserve it. They're going to get ass raped every day for the rest of their fucking lives. I hope
they do.
And they deserve it. And they're just disgusting what they were saying to make it seem like it was justified what they did. But they asked for federal station, like to go to a federal prison. They really had the balls to do that. Because I watch a lot of court TV, and I'm like, I had to rewind it. I was like, no, this is crazy. Yeah, they asked to do time at a federal penitentiary.
I bet you the same.
Instead of
it just makes me think of fucking that.
They're
what's
not
that
allowed
movie?
to
A Time to Kill.
Yeah, unbelievable. But first degree, you're going to jail. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye to your butthole. Oh my God. I hope it's like, sometimes, I don't know. This is why I go to church, because I really do have these thoughts. I'm just like, I see these horrible people and I'm like, I hope they get ass raped in jail. Like I do, especially pedophiles. I think that I'm like, I hope they get fucking ass raped every day in jail for the rest of their life.
Honestly,
and it's a fucking nightmare.
Fuck that thing right out of them.
And castrate them, put them in Gen Pop, let them go. They'll be okay. That's what I mean. It's like it's disgusting.
I mean, it's only to be fair.
That's what I mean. To be fair. That the government's like this fucking AOC bullshit. She's really. I'm upset. Tucker Carlson, if you ever listen to this, please stop calling her Sandy Cortez. Please don't make another Karen with the name Sandy, please. Please. He was like Sandy Cortez, and I'm going, oh my God.
No one gives a fuck about Mandy, so I just had I owned a store.
Please. Want to go to some entertainment triggers?
What, from me?
I don't know. Yeah, for you. You got some more words?
I had some that were like, there is another rule called no rubbing your, like sitting on furniture. You have that room where the entire...
No, it's just for show.
It's just show.
Yeah,
don't touch it. Don't look at it.
Like that.
You
could sit there, but you didn't want to because it was uncomfortable. Because it was
and like some of, and I just sit there and I'm like, I ain't fucking dusting that shit for nothing. Or don't rub your lady parts on other people's husbands. Warm lady parts. That's another rule.
That happened.
So some words that like I'm just not a fan of. You were telling me to so I don't like when people say like that, like hysterical.
Oh my God. That word, I do not think that word means what you think it means. One of those like.
So like hysterical, I think that word is great if you're talking about somebody laughing. But when they're like, oh, she's over there and she's hysterical, like meaning she's distraught or like crazy, I don't like it. Like that kind of triggers
but
me.
You can use it, but it could define that.
I wouldn't want. I would be pissed if somebody said that I was hysterical. In that way.
In a bit, like an upset way.
Yes.
Not in a funny way.
Not in a funny way.
But
Funny
it could
way,
apply
we're
to both.
cool.
Could apply to both.
Yeah, I guess. But
that's a trick word.
Yeah. So I did look up like the most hated words in the dictionary.
Oh, yeah. Moist.
So moist was definitely
what
one.
What number was that?
I'm not really a big fan of woke.
That's annoying.
I understand
I'm glad woke
the
is
idea of it,
woke.
but I don't want to hear it. Anal, kind of bothers me sometimes.
Does it?
Well, it hurts.
Saying it?
I don't know.
I mean,
is what it is. Used to really bother me.
Wait, did you see the deep knee bend picture that I posted?
Yes.
And your friend Haley, she's like, "Oh no," and I was like, "Yeah," because it would come like, "Oh no, Haley," because it would go right through because she's so small.
What? What did you just say again?
I think I think that the microphone just came.
What is going on over there?
Sorry, I was having a seizure. I was thinking about somebody doing deep knee bends in
the cucumber patch.
In the cucumber patch and choking.
Oh my God.
So she's like a midget. And it'd be like
allegedly.
Fucked an ostrich.
Irregardless bothers me because it's not a word.
It's not a word.
The word is regardless.
It's not. Regardless is not even. It might be in the dictionary
regardless
now.
Is a word.
Yes.
Irregardless. No.
It cancels out regardless.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I don't like when people say, like when they say like, oh, would you rather do this or the ladder? Like when they'll be like this or this, and you're like, I'll take the ladder.
I know.
That
like,
bothers
what
me.
are you in fucking 1860?
Yeah.
No. Listen,
I have this
what do you
one
think
book.
About the term
this
pound
one
town.
Pound town.
Does that turn you
now
on?
That just made me laugh. So
that doesn't turn you on?
No.
Oh darn. My husband sees and thinks that's taking you to Pound Town. I'm like, oh, okay.
Right on, cowboy.
His sister said you look like the bounty guy last night. He had this red flannel on that he wears every other fucking day because it's his favorite. And I'm like, all right, babe.
That's his Pound Town bear fucker
like,
shirt.
Hey, baby, you want to go to Pound Town? And I'm like, no, I don't. I want to go to bed. Like, I'm kidding. I
was like, that ended wrong.
No, it really did happen.
What do you feel about the word?
But it was funny.
I prefer saying.
I was just thinking.
Sorry,
like,
go ahead. Continue. Continue.
Thank you. No. No, thank you.
I hate your face. What were you going to say?
I was talking about Pound Town.
I know.
What were you going to say?
I was going to continue on and move on.
Finish. You're good at finishing. Finish.
Yes, I am.
Finish before I poke you in the butt.
What do you feel about the word panties?
I wear them every day.
I'd prefer underwear. I don't know.
Do you say underwear or underwears? Because I say underwears. I say underwears and my husband makes fun of me.
My dad still says wash.
Yeah, I mean.
My grandma used to say wrench.
No.
To wrench it. Wash it and then you wrench it.
You wash it and you wrench it. Where's she from Pittsburgh?
I don't. Listen.
Next. Thank you.
So some of the 10 words that I liked that I thought would be interesting were discharge. Damp. Yeast. Gushing.
The word damp has been in my thoughts and I'm trying to
secretion.
Oh, I think of dying people.
Crevice.
Think of my belly button.
Pus.
Ew.
Renal.
Renal drain.
Renal.
I think of a kidney transplant.
Creamy.
Pie.
These are trigger words, you said?
No, these are the most hated words.
The most hated words?
Yeah.
Like some of the most hated words, that I found interesting. At least some of them I just named splooge.
You know what I think of when I hear that
curd.
word?
Curd bothers me because it's like supposed to be a dessert. And they'll be like, "Ooh, look, like here's like lemon curd." And I'm like,
bean curd.
Ew.
It's tofu.
No, some curd is like dessert. It's like a certain lemon curd is like a dessert, and it's supposed to be very good.
Is it?
I don't know. It sounds so unappealing.
Call it creamy lemon stuff.
I don't know if it's creamy. I think it's more of like a citrus, like tart kind of stuff.
Oh, I think of custard.
Custard would still be creamy.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, custard's like Jello.
No.
I believe the consistency is closer to gelatin.
It's still creamy.
It's like
it's still a milk
vanilla.
Based.
It's vanilla. It's
custard. When you go to Rita's, the custard is the fucking ice cream. It's custard.
I made custard. I know. It's not.
It's got milk in it.
No, I know, but it's not like.
I'm saying this is more on citrus side. It's like a tart.
Yeah, but the consistency. Creamy.
I don't know. No, I'm talking like it's more of a tart on the.
Yes, that side.
I can't believe we're arguing about this.
I know, because I got another tart to argue about.
All right.
Are you done?
Sure.
No, go.
No, I'm done.
Oh. Who are you, team Kanye or team Pete? You don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about, do you?
I'm team fuck the Kardashians. I don't care.
I'm actually on her side on this one. He's acting crazy.
I thought his name was Ye now.
What? I don't give a fuck what his name is. He's stalker to me.
Listen, I don't.
I mean, I think to defend him, the media, I think it's being portrayed that it's being portrayed that he's crazy, but you just took the man's kids away from him, right?
Well,
true.
I don't know. Well,
true.
What do you mean?
I mean,
from what we've seen in the media,
always tells the truth.
They haven't. Listen, they have an NDA. No, they don't. They have an NDA.
I know they make
it. NDA,
they
right?
show you what they want to show you.
Well, I think because he's definitely have bipolar disorder. Let's all agree on that.
Yeah, for sure.
He absolutely does. So right now he's off. He's on a whatever you call it, a peak. I don't know, but he is dating that fucking crazy Julia Fox chick. He's leaking his own shit. Like he's giving it to them himself because he's in a mental break right now. And to be honest, as a mother, and if that was my husband, I wouldn't let him take the fucking kids. I would not let him take the kids.
Are you eating candy, Nate?
My bad.
Crackers.
No.
I'd be afraid of.
I was like,
him.
I want a piece of candy.
No,
I don't
I
give,
just moved my bottom. My bad.
It's okay.
I don't know, because I kind of thought about it. Like Pete was his friend. They were friends. Like there's interviews where he was like, "Yeah, me."
Yeah.
Kanye,
I mean, listen.
I mean, he's his friend, but he's banging his ex-wife.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right,
so how's he your friend?
I think Kanye's better looking than Pete. But I mean, you went from crazy to weird looking.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like,
but to be honest, I don't care.
No, I know.
I mean, I just
really
don't
fucking care.
The only thing I don't like is that it's so easy to tell the story that Kanye's crazy because of his history, and then
no, I feel like he mentally has an issue,
but he's a genius though, right?
I don't know. I mean,
you don't know. You don't think he's a genius?
He's got a beautiful mind.
I don't know. I don't know him.
Wow.
I mean, I think his songs are.
But you're calling him bipolar and crazy. But you're saying you don't know him.
The way he's acting is bipolar.
But for his accolades, he's not a genius.
I'm not a big Kanye West music fan though.
I like some of his songs.
But I'm not like I've never.
That doesn't mean he's not a. That doesn't mean you can't say he's a genius.
No, I didn't say he wasn't. I said I don't know because I don't know his music and I don't. He's not. Like I have a couple Kanye West songs in my phone, but it's probably because it was part of a music soundtrack, like the Vegas one. What's the Vegas movie? With Bradley Cooper and Zach Galifianakis. The Hangover. Yeah, that had like the Hangover.
The Vegas movie.
Isn't
Continue.
it from Vegas?
I don't know. It could have been Casino. There's a zillion movies.
What is a good soundtrack?
Freaking, I'm sure Casino.
I'm about to say Casino's.
Does.
Yeah, Casino's soundtrack's probably all that.
But I was like, Las Vegas movie, National Lampoon's Las Vegas Vacation.
Well, Hangover had a good soundtrack. I think so. My opinion, but I don't know him musically. I mean,
even fashion wise, is he not a genius?
Ew, no,
you're out of your mind.
I wouldn't wear nothing.
I'm not saying his shit looks good. I'm not saying his shit looks good. But if you understand what he had to go through just to even get to that point, Like there's no color in fashion in Europe or anything, and the fact that he broke those barriers to do that, and then they bring it back and then have his deals with Adidas and Gap and the things that he's doing, like everything, like it's funny. I just saw this quote, right? I saw this quote about what Albert Einstein did, and what he did was he tested his students, and what he did was he wrote down 9 times 0 is 0, 9 times 1 is 9.
Oh yeah.
And then he got all the way down to 9 times 10, and he wrote 91. And everybody clowned him, joked him, everything. It was all a big joke. Like, how did you get that wrong? You're so smart and all this and that. And then once everybody stopped talking, he said, "You see, you can do 10 things right, but society will judge you for one mistake."
Right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's so true. Like, he's done amazing things. He's done things that nobody's ever done.
Because they don't want to talk about those amazing things.
Exactly.
They don't. Well, and the news doesn't. I mean, they'll sometimes the news will go like big on something like that kid that helped save those people in the river. Recently, they fell through the ice. I thought that was really cool. Like, it was something I heard recently. A kid saved somebody. But I mean, like, they don't talk about your accomplishments as much as they should. They focus on the negative.
Is horrible, and they only see. Like, I thought that he was that Kanye was doing his thing, and something happened that he just snapped, and it might not have been the Donda album that's coming out, but something happened and he snapped because
because they took his kids away.
I would snap if you touched my kids.
Yeah, like it's a huge trigger.
The girl that he was around was a heroin addict. I wouldn't want the kids around that.
Yeah, that's not.
You know
good.
what I mean? Like it's one thing to have them. I don't know. It's different to be a celebrity because you don't know what's going to happen when you're not there, or I can't like.
No, I get what you're saying,
but I don't know what happened to him, and I don't know anything about fashion. I got a hoodie on. I don't know nothing about fashion.
I get what you're saying.
I don't like his designs, but somebody likes them.
There's a lot of people like him.
A lot of people like him. That's just me.
I mean, he's a billionaire.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's doing something right.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that
I'm Team Kanye either way, but I don't know why he's.
But you keep saying why? I mean, he can't see his kids every day. Like, that's enough. Like, why isn't that not enough? Like, if you, like, it's like and then he has this platform. He has so much, influence, and that influence is power. I
can understand him getting upset. Yeah, but he needs to calm down because keeps getting upset isn't going to help.
Yeah, I mean, he's not helping his story.
He's just giving them.
He's giving them ammo. Yeah, he's giving them ammo.
That's what I mean. You don't think that's mentally ill to be doing that? If he, as smart as he is,
but she could be triggering him from behind. We don't know. Like, she could be.
I mean, she could be fucking poking the bear every day. Every day.
She knows him probably better than almost anybody.
Oh yeah.
So she knows what things to do.
And she's a lawyer.
Yeah, so
she's trying to be anyway.
Yeah, so she's. I mean, she could be very manipulative in this situation, and the fact that the story came out that for when he was trying to get to his the birthday parties, she wouldn't talk to him. Right. They said that the sister and somebody else let him in.
Now he had to keep calling back and calling back.
Yeah, and then he finally called like a sister. And they let him in. So if you think about that, she was ignoring him the whole time while he, you know what I mean? Like, that's not cool.
No, it's not.
That's not cool at all.
But that's what I mean. Like, Pete Davidson was his friend.
Yeah.
So
I don't consider that a friend if you bang it.
No, friends ain't my friend no more.
I'm talking about years ago.
I still don't. I mean, it's hard not to want to because it's Kim Kardashian, right? She's
probably like, oh.
I just see fucking red flag all over her face. I'm sorry.
One of his friends. And I'm just gonna.
She's a real life Jasmine. That's what she looks like. She's a real life Jasmine. Yeah. So
that's crazy.
If anybody had a crush on any Disney person, it was definitely Jasmine.
Oh yeah,
Jasmine was bad.
She was.
I didn't have a crush on Jasmine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who did you have a crush on?
I don't know.
But all the dudes looked alike. They just had different color hair.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
This is a good another show topic.
I know. Who did you? What
Disney crushes?
Did you
all about the beast.
I don't know.
That's what happens when you open Milwaukee's Best.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, like,
I liked him when he was rooting for Trump. I was like, yeah. I mean,
he was acting weird with Trump.
He
was acting like he was almost controlled.
Yeah,
like it was sickening.
Shit going on.
Yeah, it was.
I think maybe he might have been on his meds.
he might have,
right. That's
like he was completely starstruck. Like
again,
he was. It was like he
knows?
was like worshiping Jesus almost.
Well, it's what I mean. You
Like
don't
it
know
was
what's
bad.
going on. The
Yeah.
media shit is crazy. The Kyle Rittenhouse is just starting a foundation to hold media sources accountable for lying and putting up false stories. They're just going to start. People donate money, and then if you're a victim of it, because they don't just do it to like celebrities. Sometimes they'll do it to like local people. You know what I mean? Like zone in on it. It's a story. There's nothing going on. They fucking villainize people. They do it all over the place. This is to help people get justice for that kind of shit. So they can't do that and get away with it.
Well, that's
Like,
a good
what?
idea. I mean, it's
Yeah.
something. Like at least somebody
That's what he
has something
started.
to like
Because
fall
they,
over on, and
CNN
like
tore that kid
yeah.
up. Tore that kid up. And he's, like, it's not just him though. It's like they do it to, they control whoever controls the media. I'm telling you.
It's money.
Yeah. Comes from the
It's
top.
money.
And Joe Byron is a part of it, even though he's lost his damn mind.
Nate, what do you think of the
Yes.
halftime show?
Lost his mind.
The halftime show. Oh,
He's like, oh.
I thought it was history. To be honest,
I liked it.
I mean, I loved it. Everybody who was watching it obviously loved it.
I think Fitty put on Fitty.
Oh, I
Did
know.
you see what
but
what the thing that
though.
Sandy posted on our group page? It was saying something like the pawn shop guys came in and they're like, we want a hologram of Tupac, and they said best I could do was 50 Cent upside down.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I think yeah, I don't know. I think it was history. I think it was opening door. I think they could have really went in. But
I liked it, but
really
they said
thought they were
anybody
I heard they were
like
censored,
over
though.
50 people got pissed off or didn't like it, and people under 30 weren't happy with it or something like that.
They didn't know who they were.
It was like the 40s, everybody in the 40s.
Yeah, it was like, oh shit.
I heard they were censored. I heard they couldn't say certain stuff.
I'm sure they were.
This is it's just like Kendrick Lamar. Like the reason why he kept repeating the same thing over again. They didn't want him to sing the lyrics of his song. Obviously, Dre.
I didn't even know what song he was trying to sing. I don't remember what song it was. I was like, what the hell song is this?
I forget which one it was. But he was saying the same thing over and over again.
It was like, and I'm getting it's not. It wasn't anything vulgar. I'm getting it was just something that they preferred him not to say.
Well, for sure. I mean, it's just what we're talking about. It's cancel culture.
Yeah,
it's complete cancel culture.
That's why I need it. It's got to be a boomerang. This cancel culture's got to go to fuck around and be done. It's starting to come back on the idiots that started it and get it over and done with. Now, I was watching some kind of documentary thing because, like, all of a sudden, right before the Super Bowl, they had all these, back, what is it? Information about like Eminem and Snoop Dogg, like background videos. And one of them was he's got so much fucking money.
Who's he?
Eminem.
I'm about to say all of them do.
Eminem, but I don't know. He's definitely not more than Dre, but he is so huge now, right now, overseas. He's in the Billboard top 10.
Yeah, well,
overseas, like old albums, nothing new. I don't think he's put anything out in like 10 years. He's still in their Billboard tops. That's how much music they play of his over there. Like,
I mean, I guess like he's like, okay, we'll release it here first, see how it does, and then all right, let's see how it goes there.
That's Dre produced him.
Well, he was good when he signed 50. Once he signed 50, it was over. Yeah, so he could have retired after that.
And on top of it, like you get
they said he
you
was
watch a movie
right there on top of the thing.
Well, watch a movie and put the song in a movie or a video game, like fucking Guitar Hero. Yeah. People fucking listening to Weezer, and all of a sudden now they know "Say It Ain't So," and like that's the only reason I know it is from that or whatever songs they hear. Yeah. I don't know. Or you watch a game enough and it keeps playing it, or like when wasn't it Kanye and McCartney that did who did the duo together, and then people didn't know who Paul McCartney was.
Oh, I don't remember.
Was it like one of the music awards? Did you see that, Nate?
It was Super Bowl.
You talking about Eminem?
Was it Super Bowl? Was it Eminem?
It wasn't Eminem.
No, it was Paul McCartney, and I thought it might have been Kanye.
No, Kanye hasn't done the Super Bowl yet.
I don't know if it was at the Super Bowl.
I'm pretty sure it was.
You got like Super Bowl. You thinking like Prince, like
no,
Michael.
it was Paul McCartney, and it was a few years ago, and people were like, he came out and played with somebody.
Not Michael Jackson.
No.
She's talking about somebody like recent from like Argentina.
Yes.
Yeah.
He recently sung and nobody knew who he was. And people were like, are you fucking serious?
It was Paul McCartney at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he must have.
It was in 2005.
No, it was sooner than that.
Hold on.
But it wasn't. I don't think it was the Super Bowl. Because he wouldn't share the stage with the Super Bowl. I don't think, right? I mean, he would do like a Beatles show.
I don't know.
No, I don't think he's done any Beatles songs in a long time.
Oh, okay.
Because of like all that.
I don't know what the copyright stuff.
Not that. I think he just doesn't. I don't know what the word is. Like if they're not all together, then it's not really the Beatles. Like he doesn't do like shit like that. Like
I know
unless it's a dedication or like they're getting honored and he's the last Beatle, then he'll do. But he doesn't go on tour. He's very
all right. So
particular
just to be clear, it is Kanye West.
Oh,
you're beat.
I'm not beat. I didn't know.
I thought you said
so. It
Super
said
Bowl.
Palm. I didn't say Super Bowl. I just said that it happened where Kanye. So basically, they thought Kanye discovered Paul McCartney.
Oh my god. How ridiculous is
what?
that?
Yeah, it was like an insider. He wrote a song.
People don't know what they're you're hiring people to write articles
so
and
they
have
made,
no fucking idea who they're writing
they
about.
made songs together. No, they made a song together.
Yeah, I know.
They wrote a song together. And they sung it on stage. I forget what it was at. It was at one of the like music, whatever awards or something like that. And people, all these young kids hear Paul McCartney and he's really good and he's singing with Kanye. So they all look him up thinking that he found him, like Kanye brought him on.
Right.
Not that they like came on together.
Right.
And I was just like, oh my God, like, you do know who the Beatles are?
They would say no.
Oh, they had no idea.
They would have no idea who the Beatles are.
My kids know who the Beatles are.
I know. Not every kid does.
Yeah, I would say not
My
every
kids,
kid does.
Know. I don't think that you could say, hey, I don't know. You probably would. Say, hey, name a Beatles song, and they'd be able to. But they would
me and them, we can name
my kids
like pretty much through the alphabet, except for the like 4 or 5 letters that they don't have.
Songs, but they don't know like who, like if they hear the song, like I know the song.
I might know a Beatles song if I hear it, but I couldn't name you any Beatles songs.
Yeah.
You know so many, and you don't even realize, Nate.
I probably do.
They sing "Help," "I Want to Hold Your Hand,"
but I couldn't if I heard it, then I would buy.
They got an Elvis movie coming out.
That looks kind of bad.
It does. The guy that they got now, I did. Well, first of all, Tom Hanks looks like a fucking pedophile in it. Second of all, the guy that they got to play Elvis doesn't look anything like fucking Elvis. So
he looks like Hollywood Elvis.
Yeah, I'll pass. The whole movie looks ridiculous.
I mean, Tom Hanks probably did a good job, but I have.
Did you see him?
I have
in the trailer?
I have no qualms on Elvis because I've seen so many videos of. Like real, like he's supposed to be one of the biggest thieves in music.
Yeah,
like he stole so much.
Yeah, all that soul music.
Yeah, he stole so much of it.
The beginning of it, they show him in a
black church,
in a Baptist church, and I was like, oh, that's why I'd be interested in to see what exactly they put into that, like how much, because I believe he did that, but I don't think he stole it. I think like he probably grew up around it and then copied it, but. You always take care of your people. Like, I don't know why he built Graceland. I don't think it's like, I don't know.
Is it bad that the whole time you're talking about him, all I keep thinking of is when Eddie Murphy does him. What? And he's like, we're going to win this race. He's like, Elvis always sung his lines. It's hilarious. Lemonade.
Yeah,
that cool, refreshing drink.
Yeah, I remember that. That's the purple one, right? When he's in the purple suit.
No, that's the red suit. It was hilarious. Lemonade.
Anyway.
I know them all by heart. Sad.
No, it's not. That's classic gold right there.
Did we have what's today's date? 22nd, right? So
really? We discussed this in the beginning.
I know.
Let's do it again.
22.
And it's Tuesday.
I'm thinking of Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is next Tuesday, right?
No idea.
Was that May 5th?
That's May 5th.
Not May 5th, the 25th or whatever, isn't it?
No, yeah, I think it's next Tuesday, right?
Next Tuesday is the 29th.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of when the heck is Easter.
Well, hold on. Is it 29 days this year in February?
Is it leap year?
No.
Every 4 years
so.
leap year.
So I'm gonna look at the calendar because we sound really stupid right
Yeah,
now.
I know. Well, today's
Just to be fair, it's a weird day.
I'm about to say March 1st might sound like a
To be fair,
little margarita day.
Yeah.
I think it's the 25th.
I think of March. I think of carnations. Isn't that weird? I started making these really pretty flowers, and if anybody has any, like tricks of the trade today, like I'm trying to figure out how to make a carnation. That's really fucking hard, though. It's not as easy. It's not that easy.
It's the day before Ash Wednesday.
Yeah, which is next week, right?
I don't know. Is that on me?
Anyway.
Calendar?
No, I was just thinking of, because, I don't know when the next time we're going to be.
March 1st. March 1st,
yes,
everyone.
Next week. Everybody.
If you didn't know, now you know. And there's only 28 days this year.
Yay.
Physically looking at the calendar. Aren't you so glad you tuned in to hear that?
Yes, thank you. Well,
Yes.
I'm wrapped up. I'm ready.
Yes. So, real last thing. Thanks to everybody that bought the block pools for our Lady Juice. So it's official.
We're playing softball.
And we're going to have Lady Juice.
And it's going to be juiced. Lady Juice.
It's going to have our name on it. So we're we're sponsoring the softball team. And thank you for everybody.
It was a knockout.
Me and Sandy definitely spent some extra money there. And so did a lot of other people like Chantel and Marilyn. They sold their little hearts out.
People to win.
And then, the winners, actually one woman won off one block. She only bought 2 blocks and she won off both.
Wow.
The first quarter and the third quarter.
That's luck right there, baby.
And then
it's not even
the other guy won for the exact same block, the second and the fourth quarter.
Well, it's like the second one that won the 2 different blocks. It's not like it was first and second quarter and the score never changed.
Right.
Like
it did change.
Yes, it changed.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's awesome, and I'm glad I had fun.
I know. I liked it.
So
thank you for everything.
I really want the Bengals to win, but whatever, they didn't win. So maybe next year or whatever. And we'll do
post our shirts once we get them made.
Do some Lady Juice.
Yes.
I like the color.
If anybody
green.
would like one, let us know too.
Yeah, we'll get them made up. We'll do ladies. We'll do a couple.
Mm-hmm.
For those. Maybe we'll get a mascot. I don't know. Like there's so much. I don't know that I want to do creative wise. Put some bedazzle shit on it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Some je ne sais quoi.
Thank you. Je ne sais quoi on the boxes. And we'll see you on a Tuesday real soon.
Yes, I like it. Later.